with that down, let's move into main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Mike H., who writes, "Hi, John and Rob. I've been watching since the AMC days." Thank you so much for that, Mike. "So it looks like Wandavision has just pulled a Qui-Gon's noble end and spoiled the return of Quicksilver with a pop figure announcement, but it will apparently be Evan Peters and not Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's not true, but we'll talk about that in a second. Did they not learn from Phantom Menace? What are your thoughts? Thanks, and bring on the filthy." All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, man. And for those of you who are wondering, what on earth does Mike mean by Qui-Gon's noble end? So this is infamous. Back before Phantom Menace came out, the first Star Wars movie in forever, the first of the prequels was coming out. Everybody was all excited. They put out the soundtrack, right? So the soundtrack for the movie comes out. The problem is the soundtrack for Star Wars The Phantom Menace had a song on it titled Qui-Gon's Noble End, which was the name of the track. And so weeks before that movie came out, everybody knew, well, looks like Liam Neeson dies in there. Now, on top of that, there have been a number of incidents over the last couple of years where a toy coming out kind of reveals something from a movie. Rob, recently you and I talked about Godzilla vs. Kong and the fact that those toys came out at that toy fair that showed them together on, like, I think it was a aircraft carrier, if I'm not mistaken. So that's been there. Well, it looks like maybe another thing kind of like that just happened. So here's what happened. Funko does all sorts of great stuff. You can see I've got a ton of Funko Pops behind me. But apparently they have announced, and what's come out, is that they are putting out a special 2-pack, a WandaVision 2-pack. In that WandaVision is going to be Vision and Quicksilver. Now, there's no images of this. Apparently it's set to come out at the Emerald City Comic-Con in 2021, and there's no images of it right now. So apparently there's that. Now, it should be said, though, that whispers and talk about Aaron Taylor Johnson returning to WandaVision as Quicksilver have been around for a long time. The speculation and what the reports have been saying is that if that is true, if Aaron Taylor Johnson comes back, strong possibility it's going to be flashback scenes or just visions that Wanda has or whatever, what have you. But that is conversation and talk that's been around for a long time. Now, the Evan Peters thing that Mike mentions in his email, the Evan Peters thing comes from about, I think, last summer, when it kind of got leaked out that Evan Peters was going to be appearing in the series, but the reports that came out also kind of made it pretty clear that he wasn't playing Maximoff. He wasn't playing Quicksilver. And it sounds like it's going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now, Rob, we have also seen, though, you and I have both seen times where there was a toy that came out that looked like it kind of spoiled something when it really didn't. There was a Justice League, no, there was it a Batman versus Superman toy pack and Aquaman, like it was in the Batman versus, or something like, or no, it was a Lex Luthor in his battle armor. That's what it was. There was a Lex Luthor in battle armor toy included with this pack of toys of Justice League thing. And ultimately that obviously didn't turn out to, and there have been other things like that. This could just be a fun 2-pack for all we know. We don't know if it actually means anything. But Rob, this has become a thing where toys coming out sometimes give things away. Do you think it makes sense, though, for us to see Quicksilver in this? And do you think we're going to see Aaron Taylor Johnson back, whether it's just flashbacks or not?
Well, yes, I think it. I mean, look, if Wanda Maximoff goes nuts and starts warping reality like she did in the comics, which led to the House of M storyline, I think it's probably a good bet we will see Quicksilver in some kind of crazy, weird flashback, hallucination, dream sequence. I don't think he's going to come back and be a new character and be like, ooh, Quicksilver's back. No, it's going to be some she's around the bend crazy hallucination. And I think that's cool. I think that'll be neat. I look forward to that. I don't know why anybody would think it's not the Quicksilver that we already have seen in Age of Ultron.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Well, I mean, like some people kind of speculated, like when and I get it, like when Evan Peters' name first came up last summer, a lot of people jump to the conclusion of, and it's understandable why you take this leap, was that, hey, X-Men are coming to the MCU.
Right.
Evan Peters is Quicksilver in the X-Men universe. Therefore, okay, yeah, but that misses a couple of key things. Key thing number one is those X-Men are gone. Kevin Feige isn't just taking the existing X-Men franchise and just bringing it into the MCU. It's going to be all new X-Men. It's going to be some. That's why you're not getting Hugh Jackman. Well, we're not getting Hugh Jackman because he's retired from the role. But I mean, we're not going to see Patrick Stewart as Professor X. We're not going to see any of that. Like he said, it's going to be a clean slate. So there's that. But you can kind of understand why some people would instantly make that connection. I mean, it's not the stupidest idea in the world. Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro is a dumber idea than that. And that's happening. So, I mean, you can see why people do that. But Rob, what about this? You talk a lot about, the multiverse that they're going on. Obviously, the next Doctor Strange movie is called The Multiverse of Madness. Now, there is no such thing as characters being gone. Couldn't Wanda just open up a portal to one of the other 7,000 alternate timelines and just pluck out an Aaron Taylor Johnson Peter from that and bring him in? Is that not a possibility?
I mean, it is. I just don't think, look, they've already established with the quantum realm, you can do a lot, but I don't think they're going to start doing that because I think that would diminish it would diminish the rest of the MCU. I think they can't, like you say, they can't just have fake death after fake death after fake death. The loss of Quicksilver really affected who Scarlet Witch is as a character. And I think to bring him back would not do her character any favors.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, I think it would diminish her character going forward. And clearly they're setting her up as being a big player here. So,
all right, let's see what they do with that. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Maybe this is just another toy like the Lex Luthor thing that happened. It doesn't actually mean anything. Maybe this is a situation where a toy release is now kind of heralding what we've got coming up in a series. Either way, if it is Quicksilver coming back, and we don't know, do you think it's just going to be flashback, a vision, if you will? Or do you think they're actually plucking him from another reality and bringing Aaron Taylor Johnson back? Who knows? Guys, what do you think is happening here? Jump into the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys.